Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I'm going to show you around the accommodations and other amenities in Death Valley National Park. And I'm talking about hotels, campgrounds, and other facilities they have available. And I'm starting off with a hotel they simply call the Inn at Death Valley. It's about 1.5 miles up the road from the Furnace Creek Visitor Center. So let me show you around here, and then I'll go down the Furnace Creek and show you what they have there. They have some nicely landscaped lawns here. There's the main entrance to the hotel. And this is what they call their Oasis Gardens. Really tall palm trees here. And they have some ponds around here. Look how nicely landscaped this whole place is. And a few people cooling off in the pool. Here's a wide shot of the inn, and you see all these date palm trees. I was told that they are so old that they are no longer able to produce dates, but they still water them and keep them alive just for ambiance here for the park. About halfway between the inn and Furnace Creek, you will see these signs on a side road. So I'm going to go down here and show you what that is. All that's down here is this store that has various supplies and some food items that they cook for you. And further down the road, as this says, is the private residences of the Indian tribe. They kind of keep by themselves and make a little money from the store here. And just a 1/4 mile or so from the visitor center is another hotel called the Ranch at Death Valley. And as you might guess, restaurants around here are pretty expensive, even for a sandwich. But here they do have a buffet, which is $20, including self-service drinks, which is unusual for a buffet. I had it once there, and it's probably the best meal deal here in the Furnace Creek area. And right across from the hotel is the Borax Museum, which I've already done a separate video on. Behind the hotel they also have horseback and carriage rides and tennis courts. And let me go show you the pool. The pool is open to anyone. However, if you're not staying at the hotel here, then they charge $10 a day to use the pool. And then right over here they have mini golf course, shuffleboard, and there's a really nice, very large lawn here. And they have those cornhole boards. So, nice place to keep cool under these big trees. There's the 19th hole bar and grill. So guess what? If you're a golfer, you are in luck. They actually have a golf course here at Furnace Creek. And between the Ranch Hotel and the Visitor Center is a really large campground, RV park, where I am staying. And right across from there is the Furnace Creek Fuel and Auto Service. And how do you like these prices? A little high for even California. And right next to the gas station, across from Campground here, is the visitor center. Nice visitor center, and they show films about Death Valley and give talks about the history of Death Valley. The camping spaces here do not have any hookups at all. You do not even have a picnic table. It's really just like camping at a parking lot. The road between the spaces is paved, but the campsites are on gravel. And as you can see, they are pretty close together. They have a huge number of spaces here, so that's the good part. However, they do have a drinking water fill station where you can fill up your RV's tank, and a dump station right there. So that's good. Here at Stovepipe Wells, they have a general store and a much better price on gas for some reason. I wonder why. They have a hotel here and a swimming pool with a covered area to get out of the sun. And I read that if you're not a guest here at the hotel, then you can spend the day in the pool for only $5. That's a pretty good deal. They have two restaurants, one in this saloon and another restaurant right here next door. So I am going to check out both of those and see which one I like for lunch. And I think this guy has found himself a very good producing well here. There's a campground right behind the general store, although I don't see anybody in it. There's another campground off to the right where I did see some RVs there. This shows the various things that they have here. Now the other place in the park where they have facilities is Panamint Springs. And it is very different from the other facility areas of the park. And it doesn't even look like it's part of the national park. Have a hotel here which is very rustic. This is the restaurant. And the whole place just has a very different feel, like it's just a completely private operation with no connection to the park. Here is the gas station and general store. And across the street is the RV park and campground. So it looks like, I know way back a certain time, I forget when, the park here, it used to be Death Valley National Monument, and it was changed to Death Valley National Park, and the borders were greatly expanded, and I think it just took in this area here of the park, because this is way on the western border of the park. So I think this used to be a completely private facility outside of the park, and then when the park was expanded, it just annexed Panamint Springs. And since everything here was working, they just left it like it was. At least that is my take on it. Well folks, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and it really should help you if you're not that familiar with Death Valley. You're wanting to come here, and this should show you what the accommodations available are and other amenities that you will find in Death Valley National Park. Now, if you're wondering why in my series of videos here I haven't gone to Scotty's Castle, that's because it is closed from flood damage, and it says here they won't open until late 2021. So what I'm going to do now is tell you about all the different campgrounds. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 campgrounds. This column shows the elevation of each one, and this column shows the sites, how many camping spaces they have at each location. Now this first one, Furnace Creek, they have hookup spaces and spaces without hookups. And the price with hookups is very reasonable, actually. The one I'm in is the Sunset Campground, and it is $14 or $7 if you have the senior pass or one of the other passes that they have. These first two are at Furnace Creek. This one is Stovepipe Wells, and these two, 270 spaces. That's the huge campground where I'm in. And it says they have water and dump station. However, those are not at the individual sites. That is just a water fill station and a dump station in the campground like I showed you. Now these 4 campgrounds here is free. However, they are very limited in the number of spaces that they have. And look at these elevations. They are all really high up elevations, which may be good, maybe not, depending on the time of year you're there. Now the Fiddler's Camp is here at Furnace Creek, and it's $24 a day, but no hookups. And Stovepipe Wells and Panamint Springs are a completely different section of the park. They do have hookups or non-hookups. So there are a lot of camping choices. And these 3 that are here at Furnace Creek, that one is, and that one is, and this one at Stovepipe Wells, they're closed in the summer because they have no electrical hookups and it is just too hot for anybody. I guess that's the reason why they're closed in the summer. Because these 3 are at or below sea level, and Furnace Creek is minus 196, but that one has hookups. So in the winter, you're probably going to want to stay at one of these 3, because in the winter you really don't need hookups. And if you come in the summer, you better make a reservation at the Furnace Creek Campground with hookups. And these are the other various amenities that they have available here in the park. So I hope this video has helped you plan your trip to Death Valley. Good day, folks.